All right, we should be live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crown of the Tyrant Queen. Hi.
Hello.
So, hello, everyone. This is quite fun. I'm enjoying myself quite a bit. It has been a long time since I've run my own setting. I've been, lucky enough to have great players such as those who are ready to indulge in my setting. So, without further ado, we're going to start session 3 of Crown of the Tyrant Queen. Now, before that, I'm going to ask our resident writer, I guess, Curb, how about you read us your session recap for
Oh,
session 2?
so you get all
The
haughty for me asking if you wanted to
slide.
read it last time, and now you actually do want other people to read it? Fuck you, Warbot.
All right, if that's how it is,
No, I can
I
read it.
guess I can read it.
I asked this
Uh,
last time, and you're like, why would I not read it?
yeah, well, you have no proof of that.
I
Look, I'm back
literally
at the
have
mod.
video evidence. You're caught in 4K, motherfucker.
Like, you have no evidence for that.
That's evidence.
All right, so okay.
Oh, Lord.
So Curb, how about you read me the recap for session 2, a slide catastrophism.
What the fuck?
That's what you called it. I don't know, man.
A catastrophe. Whatever.
I don't know
Anyways.
why I copy pasted it and did something weird. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, we're off to a great start today, I can tell. Anyways.
Oh, I see what
Last
happened.
time, we were teleported away from the destruction of Bismuth, appearing in the teleportation circle room of the Adventurers Guild in Garnet, a border city of Bastion. There, due to the noise from the teleportation mishap, the party met Jeffrey, a spectacled young man with blonde hair and green eyes, who inquires about the sudden arrival and informs the party about an ongoing problem with the guild's teleportation circle network, as well as an ongoing transportation quest for guild members as a result. Presented with an opportunity to alert another nearby city, Jade, of the danger coming from the Queendom border, as well as transporting a parcel directly to the person in charge. After a brief negotiation for supplies to help with the trek, the party settled down for a rest after a long day. Gil confronted Herrick about his history and uncertain allegiance with the Queendom. Hecate began to sing a lullaby out of the window to calm those resting nearby, and Seora found an unclaimed small fortune in a chest under the bed of her room, which she cashed out in town. The following morning, after a hearty breakfast, the party made final preparations before heading out of town. Seora picked up some magical components for her spells, and Gil grabbed an uncut gem to work on during travel. Then, during the first day of travel, the party crossed the path of a pair of wild cats in conflict with one another. Hecate offhandedly mocks the larger of the two, which seems to be the instigator of the conflict, killing it and rescuing the smaller cat, frozen in terror before being soothed by the bard. Then, before settling down for camp, the party encounters Angrelus, a talking green snake, who is allowed to join the party. As the party prepares for their camp, Gil begins taking out his jewelry equipment, and Seora presents Gil with one of the gemstones from the fortune she found to work on, which Angrelus assists through magical means as the night passes.
Thank you. So, you wake up in the following day and well, you wake up what happens? Tell me, this is your first time. Oh, sorry. I'll lower the volume a little bit of the background music on my end. So, this is your first time sleeping in the wild and getting up. So, what does this look like? What is what is the morning ritual for each of you? Um, let's start with the one I think I know the answer to. Um, Gil, what's what's the wake up ritual for Gil?
Wake up ritual for Gil isn't super complicated. He mostly just has his stuff on him because he's not wearing like any heavy leathers or any other sorts of armor. So he mostly just, after waking up at a fairly disciplined time pretty early, he would basically just start getting up and start packing for the next day of travel. Just kind of glancing around, seeing how everyone else is doing, and then slowly getting his bearings and starting to watch the horizon for any threats.
Hecate, you wake up. There's a root poking at your back. You're uncomfortable. You didn't sleep well.
Oh,
How
fun.
does Hecate's morning uh what takes place in your morning ritual as you grumble to wakefulness?
Well, I keep meaning to really write this backstory, but I've have it set that he is a traveling bard, so he's kind of used to like sleeping in odd situations. So it's not uncommon for him to have something uncomfortable happen, but it's still like a pain in the ass, almost quite literally.
Mhm.
So he just kind of just rolls over, wakes up. He usually just starts to make sure like his instruments and tools are in order, just to be able to perform at his best. But now with the addition of the cat Normal, I guess he wants to like check and make sure they're okay.
All right. Um, hey, I'm gonna ask you to make a roll for me.
Okay.
It's gonna determine everything coming forward.
Oh
Roll me an
no.
animal handling check
Sure.
to see if.
Fuck. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So
Uh-oh,
Hecate.
gamers.
Oh, gamers. So, for those who are just watching this and or just listening in without looking at the screen, Hecate rolled a 5. So, my question is, Tony, my good friend, do you think the cat stays the night with a bunch of freaks who killed their fellow cat with a 5, or does it just book it in the night?
I
I'm leaving the choice to you. You roll the 5, you know what happens.
I
Go
I
ahead.
know. I would love to keep the cat, but I'm like it probably fucking booked it.
This
So
cat's
you
gonna
would.
show up later on down the line.
And will
It's gonna
avenge the death of its
it's gonna
friend.
show up as an awakened cat who's going
My
to
name is
go
Normal. You killed Garfield. Prepare to
prepare
die.
to die. Yes. All right. So
But it still only has 1 HP, so Hecate insults it and it just dies anyway.
Oh my
all
god.
right. So the cat has vanished throughout the night.
Well,
It's just like
damn.
Um
it's just like wearing a headband that like gives it advantage on wisdom save as like a collar. I am prepared.
all right. So you wake up, you set up your your instruments, tune everything, make sure everything is good. As always, your accordion is perfectly tuned and does not require any out outkeep, inkeep. I don't know, man. The
Upkeep.
word's not coming. Doesn't require you to do anything. It always remains pristine for it is a magical instrument. But you still go do the ritual. And then you turn to look at this kind of little ball of cloth that you put the cat in, and as you approach, you notice that the cat is gone.
He just kind of goes like, huh? Why am I not surprised?
Everyone leaves me in the end.
Oh no!
So Herrick.
Everyone's a critic.
So Herrick, you wake up. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
Oh. Think in this case, the first thing Eric does when he wakes up is he checks on Tish.
All right.
Just see how she's doing.
Okay, so I had a stupid idea, which we're not doing, but I'm going to give you a hint. You walk up to Tish and you see blood around her mouth, and there's just a cattail.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my fucking
No.
god!
No. As I said, this is stupid.
It's a
Tish is not
bit early for Chinese there, Tish.
Tish is not a carnivore. So you walk up to Tish and she's just kind of 100%. The first thing you notice is that she is here, but she managed to untie the lead that you tied to the tree. And she's just kind of moving around on her own, unattached.
You little sneak.
She looks down at you and goes.
Shouldn't be surprised. It'll teach me to try to keep you in one spot.
She makes a noise that you can almost interpret. You could interpret it as just horse noises, or you could interpret it as a laugh. You don't know which it is because, once again, at the I will remind you that Tish is a horse, so it's kind of hard to figure things out with her. But you think she might be laughing at you.
You know who can understand the horse? The snake.
Yeah.
Because he was literally talking with her.
So you hear Urgulus. That's his name, right?
Angerless.
I remember the name of all my
You fucking named him.
NPCs.
On
Yes, this is Angelus. So you hear Angelus say, "Good one." That's it.
Oh, you're still hanging out here too, aren't you?
Angelus is setting is kind of coiled. It's a big snake. It's coiled next to the campfire. His tail is just kind of encircling the handle of a cooking pan, and he's cooking bacon on the campfire, and just kind of shaking the pan around with his tail as he looks up to you and says, "Breakfast."
Part of me is wondering where you got that bacon and how you know how to use a pan. But the other part of me is hungry and is not going to turn down breakfast.
Good. Finally, Seora, as this comedy routine plays on the other side of camp, you wake. What's your morning ritual?
So first off, Sayara did not wake up. What did
Oh.
wake up, however. Oh my gosh. So what did end up waking up, however,
Is it the
is
cluster?
now
of-
bouncing off.
Yeah.
No. What?
Go ahead.
Oh my. What did happen to wake up is very just bouncing up and down on Sayora's beat, just
Hey,
making a,
listen! Hey, wake up, dumbass! Hey!
eventually, Sayora, starts swatting at the little butterfly as it just flies directly off the beak. She springs up and immediately just starts surveying surroundings, seeing if anything went wrong. Sighs in relief when nothing went wrong. Oh wait, look at the horse. And just gets up, brushes herself off.
She then sees the fucking snake cooking bacon.
And just looks at that, confused, just approaches. Ew, what's cooking?
What?
Bacon?
Is there enough to go around?
The pan is like, it's not like the pan has like 2 or 3 slices of bacon. It's just kind of like a pile of bacon, just a whole lot. And the snake hisses and then just kind of separates the bacon into 4 plates, and then just lowers his head into the pan and gulps down all the remaining bacon in just kind of one big gulp. And so everyone has a decent portion of bacon, and then the snake eats the rest. Because
Including the
they're
pan.
hungry. Oh yeah, sure. You know what? That's fun.
Hecate is slightly disturbed by this.
Only slightly.
Well, you know, he's seen some shit in taverns.
Angrolis is does not usually hang in humanoid taverns. Being a snake and all. Of course, he's nothing but a snake. But no, he does not eat his. He does not heat his pan. He just kind of 1 second he's holding the pan and he flourishes with his tail, and the pan just kind of goes away. You don't know where it goes. It's not exactly clear.
What, he's got like some kind of fucking pocket dimension?
He hisses. That is what you get. Also, somehow he's well, no, that's all he does in the morning. He doesn't want to help you guys too much.
Are you saying that because you want us to do something, or are you just saying that because he's a snake?
Nah, he's just a snake. I'm not going to force you to do things. This is a snake. Snakes aren't known for helping people that much. I mean, in mythology, snakes are usually snakes, like devil imagery and stuff. So
I mean, it's fine. He offered us bacon. It's not like he offered us an apple or something.
Oh my
you
god.
hear the crunch of an apple.
All right. Well, looks like everyone's awake. I think we
Well,
best
fun
get going.
fact: humans taste like pork, so
Yes, they do.
oh my fucking god!
All right. Yep. On that note, I think we need to get moving.
I'm a little interested in why you know that of all people, but
I've read a few texts.
Beady glare.
from cannibals or
Sometimes some religious documents, aka the fucking Bible, where pork is banned because it literally tastes like people. Apparently.
whose Bible?
Oh god.
You're
All
a
right.
confusing one.
This is a conversation that we can be having on the road,
Yeah.
not right here.
Gil's just going to barehandedly take the bacon out of the frying pan and just starts eating it as he gets ready to
Well,
leave.
your bacon was placed on a plate. The frying pan has already disappeared.
Ah, fair enough.
You don't know where it is.
Well then,
Hecate will...
let's go.
Yeah, Hecate will just kind of like stab his bacon onto like a dagger and just like munch on it like a fucking Slim Jim.
So, in that case, did I get
Sarah,
that?
Sarah just looks at you all disgusted and takes out a fork and knife and begins to.
I was tempted to do that actually. You have no fucking clue.
I mean, we
I
all
was
do
making
technically start with
jokes.
mess kits.
Yep.
Also, thank you for the hydrate, Pokemon.
No, even
Oh,
better.
shit.
She
Hey,
takes a
Pokemon.
fork and knife. Okay, she takes a fork, picks up one of the bacon with the fork, and then just nibbles at it, just pecks at it, eating it.
Wow. Eat like a bird.
Well, it's literally what I'm fucking doing, except I got mine on a dagger.
Gil just kind of leans up on a tree to the edge of the path and just waits.
Because we got some guy, a dragon, and 2 fucking birds at the party.
All right. So
One can fly, one can't.
Everybody knows birds aren't real.
They're government drones.
They're just drones for the queendom.
Their queen. God damn it! Took
Oh
them.
my god.
Got to it before I could. Fair enough.
okay. So you have breakfast and plan your things. Herrick gets back on Tish. Who did not get any bacon, but doesn't seem angry about the fact. Yeah, so everything seems good. Sorry. You begin your journey. As you travel, you eventually meet up with what you see in the distance. The terrain begins to look like hilly, like it's kind of like hills that go up and down, and you start climbing up an hill and going down a hill and climbing up a hill, etc. And eventually you climb up an hill, and 2 or 3 hills in front of you, you see what seems to be a bit of a caravan, just kind of cresting the hill in front of you. 2 hills further. Let's just keep going. You start catching up with said caravan, and eventually, you get up the hill, and the caravan seems to be down the hill right in front of you.
Did you say it was coming towards us, or are we going in the same direction?
No, it's traveling in the same direction as you.
We're just going a little faster.
Do we want to catch up, or do we want to just like straight back?
We've got. I really don't want to take more time if we can avoid it. Especially
Yeah.
considering we only really got enough rations from the guild to cover an extra day if it takes a little slower. So.
Okay. Um. Alright. So, you move down past the caravan's path and keep on moving along, not interacting with it. The caravan ahead, caravan driver just kind of waves at you as you pass through, and he says, "Good day to you."
Oh, I
Good
thought there
day
was
to
more
you
to
as
that.
well.
Hegase just kind of gives like a small wave.
He waves back with a smile on his face. Anything you may need, or are you pressed for time?
Well, bit pressed for time, and money pouch is kind of light right now, so
We'll have to pass for now.
Seora, money pouch tight, my ass. Anyway, so
I literally paid like almost, I think, 10 platinum last session. I'm fine.
Yeah, none of us have any idea, but
yeah, none of you know. All right, so he says, "I won't hold you back then." At this time, I want to know. There are a few times where I'm gonna ask someone specific to roll. When every check in the game gets the 4 people to roll, chances are someone's going to roll well. So on some of these checks, maybe I'm just going to ask 1 or 2 of you to roll, or 1 of you to roll. And as you're all just kind of talking with this person, I'm gonna roll a d4 to see who gets to roll. It's fucking meta. 1. So if we go to the victims, 1 is Gil. So Gil, as your party is just kind of discussing with this caravan driver as you pass by them, and just kind of, I'm gonna ask you, make a perception check.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Gil just kind of crossed arms, just scanning the horizon. Boop, boop, boop. Perception. I'm blind. There we go.
roll a perception check. I'm blind. Can't see.
All right. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take my things and roll a dice. We're going to do this properly, give you a chance. Maybe they roll shit.
I mean, in that case, if it's a stealth thing, they probably just need to beat my passive then.
Oh, that's fine. But that's a good point. What is everyone's passive perception?
Oh god, how the fuck do you tell that?
It's your
Okay, so you
modifier
take-
plus 10.
You take your modifier and you add 10. So if you have like a
Yeah.
+6 to perception, your passive is 16.
14.
12.
15.
10.
So,
Perceptive people.
Yep.
Um,
I have an eye patch on. What do you want from me?
okay.
Fair.
So,
Anyways.
yep, you move on your way, and you keep traveling for a while in this hilly terrain. It's kind of like tedious. You climb up a hill, move down a hill, climb up a hill, move down a hill, and then you climb up a hill, and something catches your eye. Cresting the hill, a few hills back, is what looks like a wave of small shapes.
Hells?
See something?
Something. Not sure what, though.
Sarah just responds with you saying something. That's it. Just
So
something.
you see the wave of shapes. Vaguely humanoids, they're very far, you can't see very well. And you stand there atop your hill, and you eventually, as you're just kind of looking at this phenomenon, you see something that explains what this is fairly well. You see a flag bearer. And even though this is distant, even though it's quite hard to see, the flag bearer is holding a flag. And the flag is a deep black background with on it 5 dragon heads splayed out like a star.
Ah.
Fuck. Dragon cultists!
All right.
So what do we
So-
do? Hightail it out of here?
Take cover!
So here's the dilemma I'm placing for you. You can, if you wish, attempt to fight the Horde. You'll have to wait for them to catch up. But there are waves of them, and 4 Tish grumbles, 5 of you. You can attempt to escape, but you're already tired from your day of traveling, and night is approaching. And they do not seem tired from their march. In fact, they are moving at a fast pace and might catch up to you in a few hills. You can also, if you wish, attempt to slow them down. How you slow them down is your decision.
Okay, I have an idea, guys. I don't know.
But
No.
I will remind you that behind you is a helpless caravan.
Oh no.
If you were to trap the road or cause the create some situation that would slow them down. It would probably spell the doom of the poor Caravanea. The choice is in your hands.
See, I was kind of thinking like maybe I just like take up to the air and like just do some kind of signal or something to confuse them. It's just like, what the fuck would I do? Do you guys have any ideas?
Not that.
I am for whatever draws the least amount of attention on us.
Yes, seconded.
That is fair. You could also try to hide. They are a army. You are 4 people. Nothing says that they are specifically here because they found you. Nothing says that they have seen you atop your hill. Maybe they haven't spotted you yet. You can attempt to hide.
So, do we like roll perception or investigation to see if we can find a spot to hide?
If
I mean,
you wish, this
we're in a forested
the-
path or a hilly path at this point, I suppose. But
yeah.
I'm sure there's
Yes,
plenty of
yes,
spots
you can
to
hide.
hide. It just comes down to whether we roll well enough. And if we want to, but seeming like that's what everyone's kind of leaning towards. Gil's just kind of growls and just kind of relents in that regard.
I feel like Hecate would probably like give himself like enough of a gust to just get into a tree.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys choose to hide. Roll me stealth, please.
Oh,
And I will be rolling something on my end.
Wait, hang on. What? Oh,
I'm scared.
do I
I'm
have
actually
again?
fucking scared.
I need.
Oh no!
Oh, I do. Oh shit. Okay. I'm very sorry.
Oh. Yeah, you got
you have
medium armor on,
disadvantage.
don't you? Or do you have heavy? I don't actually know.
Clank,
Check
Oh,
clank,
you
it.
have heavy. Excellent.
clank, clank.
Okay.
Slide to the right. Clank, clank,
Hey.
clank, clank.
Even still,
Okay.
second highest.
Okay,
My
so
feathers make so much fucking noise trying to hop into that fucking tree.
Mm-hmm.
so Gil,
Yep.
you quickly find a hiding place. With your agility, you manage to find a spot.
Just find a
Hecate.
shrub nearby and just slip under it.
Hecate, you fly up looking for a tree in which you can hide, and then your beautiful blue and orange feathers just kind of work against you in this specific situation.
No, he's actually
Uh,
like a teal green with white. I just keep meaning to like update it, but it's definitely still
Okay,
does contrast the tree.
so you're pretty good at hiding in trees. So you find a spot that's that hides you from the road quite well.
But I still probably made some kind of noise or whatever.
Yeah. You get okay, so what happens is you're well hidden, but your weight bends the branch in a way that tells someone who would be good at looking that there's something on that branch because it's bending unnaturally.
It's like, oh
Just
god, please
Just,
don't look up.
just like
Don't look.
disturbs a bunch of other birds on the way up.
Hey, there's a
Like-
shaking
birds
tree.
fly
Somebody
up.
headbutt it.
And Seora, where do you hide?
Let's see. I would probably say like find the nearest like with this roll, probably find the nearest big rock and hide behind it. I'm small. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. Everyone this time, not just Gil. Time passes as you are hidden, and from your hiding place, you see, rushing much faster than it was before, a caravan pass through the road, the horses huffing loudly as it is pushed to its limit, carrying this caravan further. Then I would like everyone to roll me a perception check. And Gil, you have advantage considering you succeeded your stealth.
Oh wait, I need to roll that again. I forgot. Whichever's higher. Okay.
50. All right. I'm gonna need to. Oh, just give me a second. Oh, this is
Oh
fun.
no. Oh no.
This is quite fun.
Oh no.
Just give me a second. I need to private message someone.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure everything's great.
There's absolutely nothing to worry about when War Boss rolls something and just says this is going to be
Did I
fun.
just hear Blank go, oh look, a private message?
You sure did.
It was absolutely blank. I can tell.
What is the name of that creature again? I'm going to see if
Would
this
it
is.
be? Who could it be? This creature that I did see. Can you help me guess this mystery?
Oh, that's what it's called.
Heffalump.
Are you sure it's not a woozle? I mean, it could just be a pink elephant on parade.
It would be good if I spelled things correctly. Ba 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 da 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 dum.
War Boss, spell things correctly? Impossible.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. Okay. A bit more time passes, and from your vantage point, you see them cresting one more hill. They're now only 3 hills away from you. And I'm going to allow you to re-roll your perception checks.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Am I still
I
I
didn't
am
rolling?
learn.
great at this.
Still rolling with advantage or no?
Yes, you're still rolling with advantage.
Oh, hey, I actually got a passable roll. How did
14.
How did I beat you guys?
I don't know.
Don't ask.
Okay.
By all rights,
Okay.
it makes no sense.
You guys are lucky. This motherfucker rolled natural 1.
Oh my fucking God.
Alright. So you hear a squawking noise, followed by distant cursing. And you all look up to see a Dragonel scout circling your location in the sky, high up in the clouds, yet visible for someone who knows where to look. Seems the Dragonel, if I remember correctly. I don't know, can I put this in voice sharing? The Dragonels are these kind of mouth looking things.
Yeah.
And just kind of you see this green shape just kind of swoop in, and you see them through the canopy. It seems like they were strategically hovering around your position to inform whoever is the spotter for this force that you were there, and that they were attempting to stay in places in the sky where you would not be able to see them through the canopy. But something happened, and the Dragonelle squawked loudly. Don't know what happened, but you are in luck. You are in a very bad position. The force that is seeking you out is only 3, maybe 2 hills behind you. You, however, have been resting for a bit, so you're not as tired as you were. You can begin a chase. You will start with if we engage into a chase, we will be doing a skill challenge for you to think of ways to slow them down, see if it works. But considering how long it took you guys to figure out you were not hidden and still being observed, you will start with 2 failures with
No.
that skill check. Or you can fight. I have decided when I made this game that I was going to let any outcome happen. I don't want to railroad you anywhere, but I would strongly advise you not to try to fight the entire army that's running after you right now. Hecate is going to fly up in the sky, insult one of them at the front. They're gonna critically fail, trip, and the entire army is going to fall prone. That's what's gonna happen.
Is there some way we can like make some sort of distraction, elsewhere?
Guess who's the best suited to doing that?
I know. It's just how the fuck can somebody give me ideas?
What do you have?
Let me see what the fuck I got.
Before we keep going, Seora,
Hi.
as the Dragonelle is passing above you and everyone notices them, they are within range of that cantrip you used to drop the flying kobold, the earth to the ground when you were fighting at the inn.
That was 30 feet up.
30 feet up? Your
The
range is
on
only
the-
30 feet?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
range on this
only
is 30
30
feet.
feet.
And
Yes,
you're
yeah.
and you're at
And-
the forest floor, but behind a rock.
Yeah, I don't have the distance thing for sorcerer yet, so
Okay, so no. Sadly, it seems that they are out of reach of your spell.
Okay.
Is there? I've got
I
either.
have an idea.
I have Mage Hand and Unseen Servant.
Hmm? Either could be pretty fun.
I'll for the sake of this, I'll remind you what a skill challenge is. So you come up with an idea for something to do while you're trying to escape this army. I tell you what ability check that idea would require. You roll it, and then it either succeeds or fails depending on my whims and desires.
I'm
Which-
kind of thinking I'm gonna use either Mage Hand or Unseen Servant. I'm still trying to figure out which one. Have them like grab something, do something, go like the opposite direction of where we're about to bail.
Okay. So unseen servant, I would say would be an Arcana check to try to succeed. But before we
I want to hear what everybody else thinks before I commit to it.
yeah, but before that, I'm just going to drag you idiots on the map, and
Might want to
then
unpause the game as well.
so everyone, you get to roll your initiative, and we'll
Oh.
see
But it says
in
it's
what
my
order
turn!
this happens.
What? Why did it roll for both of them? What the fuck?
Why do you have 2 gills?
It's the top one
Why
up
are
there.
2 gills?
could you
Just get rid of
bring
that
out
one.
Very as well?
Oh, I'm fucking blind.
So
Where
the
is my
top one is
initiative?
the one that rolled a 14.
Oh, fuck it, I'll bring out Very. Put Very on initiative, that also counts.
Oh fuck, I am
Get
second, but I
get rid of
also have
that
to
one.
go.
Get rid of that top one. We don't need 2 guild tokens. There we go.
Okay,
Hold on.
and
Thank
what
you.
did they roll? What did they roll yet?
Um,
Don't think
give me a
Mickey's
sec. I
rolling
need
for-
to do an extra for. Okay,
Just give me
no,
a second.
This isn't combat, so
Sorry, give me a second.
Actually,
Ba-ba-bum-ba.
God damn it, I need to know a friggin' answer, so I'll just roll Very first, and then I'll ask the question when he's back. Oh, it's for the duration. Okay. Yeah, then this doesn't work. Wonderful. Great. Fantastic. Muy fucking bien.
Sure are just stuck in the middle.
It's okay, I'm also stuck in second. My pizza.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the distraction. I got a phone call.
All good.
It's absolutely
Alright.
unacceptable.
All right.
Yeah, no, we
So,
are
while I
professionals.
was-
There should be no distraction.
While I was away, did you think of what you wanted to do?
I mean, I know what I was gonna do, but
Okay, so
I
you know
sure am
what?
at the bottom
Let's
of the
just-
initiative.
Okay, so let's just move back to Eric's turn, unless you want to skip your turn and have Toady do their thing.
There is something I could do.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay, Eric. All right. So you tell me. Okay, so we're going to.
Well, now's the time to do shit.
Change the music.
I just want to know everybody's thoughts on my idea here, because I'm still kind of new-ish to D&D. I'm like, I just want to make like
Yeah, no,
some
Unseen
distraction.
Unseen Servant is a great way to make a distraction. Like, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like have it
The,
grab
the
like
the servant is unseen. It doesn't stop them from like doing things. What I would suggest right now is the best way to not have disadvantage on all these rolls you're about to do is to somehow incapacitate the scout so they can't follow you from the sky.
Okay. I mean, I can fly. I could be that asshole.
I'm going to say, as a burb person, you know your flying speed, and you know lore wise, I'm not gonna make you roll because these are scouts of the Dragon Empire, very well known. You do not fly as fast as they do. But
I've got an idea.
the idea to try to confuse the people on the ground is good. And there are
Mhm.
2 players and 1 familiar who get to play before you. So perhaps by the time it gets to your turn, this the problem of the flying scout will be dealt with.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Um,
you're right. Okay.
Anyways,
and
so
also,
speaking of,
I will remind you of one spell that you have that might, I'm gonna say might, be a very good spell to deal with this specific situation. Since you're new, I don't want to be a dick. You have a spell called Command.
Oh my god, yes, I
And
do.
it does have an option called
drop or
Grovel,
grovel,
which
yeah.
causes the target to fall prone.
Yep.
And I'm going to say it's either going to force the Dragonelle to, if you tell them to grovel, they will fly down to the earth to then stay there, which means they will lose sight of you.
The range is 120 feet for that, yeah.
60 feet, but
Is
you
it
can
60?
fly, so you can
Okay.
probably reach. But Tony, I will say, the command spell gives you options like approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt. But that is not all you can do.
Yep. You can say any
You
one
can
word
say
phrase.
any one word. If there's a way to cause them to crash somehow, I'm gonna say if you just say crash, maybe it's not going to work. It's a bit ambiguous what you're meaning.
I think
Doesn't it also
But
have
there,
to, like,
but
not
I'm sure
be
you can think
harmful
of a
to them?
word that's going
Yeah,
to
it
cause
does.
them trouble.
I think that's something to mull on while we get to everyone
Exactly.
else's turns first.
So you can think about it while everyone else is going through their turns. So Herrick, you said you had an idea. What's up?
Oh, don't know if it's a good idea, but it sure is an idea.
This is a skill challenge. Every idea is a good idea. The question is, how stupid is it, and how high the DC is going to be, depending on how stupid it is.
It also makes sense that Herrick is the first to move because I think he's the only one that actually noticed the scout at this point.
Yes, that is very fair. Well, no, the scout rolled a natural 1, so even though you all rolled like shit, you all saw the scout.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. So, what I'm thinking is making use of a background feature, which would
Oh.
involve making a series of hand signs at the scout, essentially saying, undercover, do not blow cover, under threat of wrath of the fifth.
Ooh. Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. The you know from your training that the rank and file of the scouts do know hand signs. It is one of the languages that is well, I'm gonna say um, one of the ways of communication that is taught to scouts specifically. And I'm gonna say, if you have time, um, I wonder if I can.
I mean,
Wonder.
if it's a skill challenge, it should probably just be a perception or a persuasion check for the time being, yeah?
What I'm thinking is, since you said under the threat of the fifth,
Intimidation.
you're. I'm going to allow you to intimidate.
Alright. Then, thanks to my background feature, I do have advantage on that.
Hell yeah. Oh my god.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that this is enough to confuse the scout. And he is going to look away and attempt to communicate with the army. So your deception might not hold,
But at the very least, we're no longer got
but
eyes
at
on
the
us.
very least, they're gonna have to re-find you.
Yep.
If they go ahead, and
That helps.
I added to your language list Queendom Sign Language.
Mm-hmm.
And I might have spelled it wrong again because I can't spell the difference between sign and sing. But
No, you actually spelled it right, War Boss. Good job.
yay!
You did
Anyway, I did it! Woo! So Herrick, you okay. So Seora, well, first, Very, what does your familiar do to slow down the horde that's rushing towards you? Well, first we're gonna finish Eric's turn, which is once the scout has begins to make his way back to the enemy force, would you I'm gonna assume you begin to book it.
Alright, they're distracted now. If we're gonna move, now is the time. And Herrick is not waiting for a response.
I
He
would
knows this
assume.
probably isn't gonna hold up. So he's not gonna be here when things go bad.
I would assume everybody follows suit, right?
I mean, let's find out. What does Very do?
All right, Very, what do you do?
Okay, so this is gonna be a bit weird. How high up is it?
How
How high
high
up
up
is this
is
guy?
what? Well, you're at ground level, The canopy is like 20 feet up, and then the sky. Well, the sky is very tall, but
Guy is very tall.
the guy is probably flying a good 30, 35, 30, 40 feet above the tree line.
Okay, you might want to define which one of them it is.
What are you trying to do, Sai?
Well, it's going to be one of
I'm
two
gonna
things
say
depending on what the
for
height is.
I'm going to say that he's 50 feet away from you,
Okay.
but he's also has half cover because he's past the canopy of trees.
So, okay, Varys going to hold action for after Sayora moves then.
Okay. Seora.
Okay. So, time to have fun with spells, everyone. So, Sayora whispers something to Vary. And back to Vary's turn.
Okay.
Vary is going to fly up behind the scout. And through Sayora, cast Shocking Grasp.
Ooh.
Yep,
That's nice.
that'll work.
All right. The guard is wearing heavy armor, so you have advantage.
Ah, hell yeah. Let's see.
Just roll it again.
A 14 is going to be it. And 13 AC. So,
Hey.
you shock and grasp it, and it squawks once more. It has been shocked.
Basically, Vary is acting like a distraction.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that instead of being distracted for one round, the scout is going to be distracted for 2 rounds, as he's dealing with this pesky fly. Seora, do you do anything else other than whisper at your familiar, or?
I mean, that was the action.
Yeah, that was actually
Okay. All right.
familiar.
So,
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Tony.
No, Sayora will be ready to go when that comes up.
Tony,
We're going now.
now that the scout is out of the picture for now, your idea with the unseen servant rustling the leaves and drawing them off your course could very well work.
Oof. Okay, guys. Okay, I do want suggestions from the party here. I have 2 options here. I want to do command and say betray, or maybe even still stick with the unseen.
That's not going to work.
No, okay.
I don't think that's going to work.
Shit.
For command in particular.
Command. So the thing is, command lasts for 1 round. That's how long it lasts. So the enemy betray would cause him to think about betrayal, but it would last 6 seconds, which is not enough to create a betrayal type thing.
If you really want to
Okay,
fuck with him, though, you can tell him to flee, and he has to use his whole movement to just go away from you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Dance would actually be hilarious.
You just established that he's super fast, so guess what would really put a fucking issue? And really fuck with the ground troops as well, who are trying to keep up with him.
Did a fucking dancing para. Oh god.
All right, so
Decision.
what are you gonna do? I roll this saving throw, and I need to know what you do before we keep going.
Oh god, I'm so indecisive here. Oh shit.
It's fine, man. You knew.
I
It's
know.
okay to be indecisive.
I am thinking just the scout in the sky is already kind of being dealt with for the time being. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with
Mostly,
unseen
yeah.
servant.
Just
All
have
right.
Have it.
So,
I think I'm gonna have it like grab like some kind of bush, shrub, something that's manageable,
like on the opposite
and
side of the road.
yeah, and just fucking take off.
all right. And then Gil.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as we're fleeing, Gil's just basically gonna start. He's gonna climb up into a tree and just start kind of running along the actual lower branches just to keep up and stay out of sight, while trying to stay
All right.
shielded from the sky above.
Okay. So, Gil, make me an acrobatics check.
Mm-hmm.
And Hecate, I forgot to ask. Make me an deception or arcana check, whichever you prefer.
Let me see what I got here.
Gil. Oh, Gil.
Oh no.
I got a dirty
Alright.
20.
Nice.
Okay.
Makes up for
So-
my 7.
One of these days, Gil, you're gonna stop. You're gonna learn to stop climbing around on things.
Today is not that day.
But today is not that day.
All right. So, Gil and Hecate, your turns are resolved fairly similarly, which is as the army is catching up slowly but surely, and as you all begin to run, a rustle at the side of the path gets the attention of the army, and then a large sound of a branch cracking under pressure and the slamming of a body on the ground catches their attention in another direction. So the army is going to split into two forces and investigate both possibilities. All right. So then, before we go to the next round, you begin to run. You
Mhm.
make your way into the. You make your way further, but it does not seem that that Tony's distraction has caught all of the enemies. There's still a sizable force on your tail, though you do not seem to have a scout hovering above your head. So they are actively on the lookout for you, but they don't have something they can just follow to your position. Herrick, it's your turn again. You hear the shouting behind you and the clanging of metal as the army is following you.
Places I don't want to be for 500. We are getting out of Dodge.
All right, so just roll me an athletics, or have Tish roll athletics if she's the one running. And if she's running, well, she's a horse, so she has advantage because she's faster than most other things. Oh, that's good. Tish, 12. You lucky motherfucker. Anyway, so Tish takes point in front of the party and doesn't only run, she moves around, going through bushes, stomping them down to make an easier path for you to follow, breaking branches as she travels. To if you were stealthing, I would say the opposite, but she's making your travel more efficient. So the next person is going to have advantage on their skill to try to evade your pursuers. All right, so you keep running. What does Very do?
Barry is still back with the scout. Um,
How fast is Very?
60 feet.
Very is as fast as the scout, but the scout used his turn to dash. So,
Let me double check the speed of this. I'm on the wrong tab. Yeah, it's 60. Okay. In that case, if it's out of range, scratch that onto Sayora.
all right, Very flies back down to Sayora. Sayora, go ahead.
So see, with that having been done, oh, I don't need to prepare that. Okay. Range of that. Okay, I can't reach that one either. Why do I have so many things that are 30 feet that I want to use?
Well, maybe it's a good idea to get distance spells as an option for your meta magic.
Oh.
It's a good one.
Okay. I'm going to try to do something discreetly.
Okay. Go ahead.
Like,
do you want
no, as
to
in,
DM it to me, or
yeah, I want to DM it to you that kind of discreetly.
Okay, go ahead.
Just double checking, making sure I'm on the right page here. The scout is still around, right?
The scout is rushing back towards the enemy force, and
Okay.
Yeah, super
they
distracted at the
are
moment.
so very distracted, and probably not within range of your spell anymore.
Okay.
Because your spell's reach is 60 feet. Earlier, you could fly up and reach him, but now that he's dashing away, he's probably a good 150, 300 feet away from you, so
Mhm.
not a lot of spells would reach him. Okay. All right. Seora, for your secrecy, roll me intimidation.
Great.
Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be some rolls in the background, but all right. So finally we get to you again, Tony.
Okay.
We're all running at this point.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would assume so. I would feel like Hecate would probably do another. How often can you do spells?
You've got spell slots. You spent one
Uh,
on the Unseen Servant, so I assume at level 2 you've got 2 more level 1 slots.
you have, yeah, 2 additional spells that you can cast.
And
Okay,
then
I
you
was
can
kinda
use
thinking-
cantrips as many times as you want.
Yeah, instead of using a spell, like save the other two for just in case.
I mean,
I
if you have a
think-
cantrip, that can work.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use like Mage Hand, which doesn't go as far as Unseen Servant,
Yep.
but it still helps a little bit. Like, I would say like if the party veers right, I'm gonna send the Mage Hand left, for example. Like whichever direction we go, I'm gonna do that.
Just have it like start a fake trail, like a snapped branch or something on that path.
Yeah, and
Yes,
Mage
yes.
Hand says that you can have it move 30 feet every round. It doesn't say you have to be within range to move
I think it does get
So you can
dispelled if you're out of range.
Let me hover over it. I don't know.
Pretty
if it's
sure.
That sounds right.
Spectral Hand floating. Last duration or until
Your
you
hand vanishes
dismiss
if
it.
it's more than 30 feet away.
Vanishes if it's more than 30 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not going to be able to send it on a trail
But it can at least start a
different
path.
from you.
Yeah, I can at least start a path there, which I think is probably going to be like a good viable option in case I still need to use like maybe like healing word or identify or whatever.
Yep.
Leave and charm person if we really need to do that.
Might work. The Dragonelle is not exactly smart, and the scout on top of the Dragonelle is very charmable. They are a person after all.
Hmm
Okay, so.
So I think for now I'm
yeah.
gonna go with Mage Hand, and if anybody gets close to us, I may just charm person.
Yeah, it's worth keeping on standby.
How the fuck do I roll? I'm
Roll
gonna-
me an Arcana check to see if. Are you trying to make it?
Should it be
fake?
Arcana or should it be
Yeah, an Arcana
spellcasting
check.
ability?
Oh, just spellcasting ability. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
plus your charisma.
uh,
Your charisma being a +4.
yeah, I just roll my charisma or
Yeah.
what? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just click your charisma. It should let you.
Oh my
God.
fucking god!
Oh,
Hello.
All right.
that's
So
20, baby.
So your hand just kind of, as you're running, your hand your mage hand turns into a foot and makes tracks in the ground going
Nice.
another direction than you're going.
Hell yeah!
Fucking mage foot. And it seems like the instinct of this group was to split up when they saw 2 different paths. So it's possible that you'll cause the group running after you to split once more.
Oh, cool. So we have like a fourth of the group to deal with now.
Yeah, if it comes to that. So, I mean, you haven't been failing, so that's good. We're gonna go through another round. You keep running, and eventually you crest another hill, and in the distance you see a wide river, and there doesn't seem to be a bridge on site. You scan the riverside, and I would like you guys to make me a perception check to tell me if you spot something that can be used to help, or if you have another idea. I mean, Hecate, you're not
Well, I'm
very.
a fucking bird. I can just
You're
fly.
not very. Hecate, you're not exactly worried. This river is not gonna stop you.
Can I
But you have allies, so
Can
Roll
I
any check you wish.
can I just
to
straight up
try to
ask
figure
if
out
it's
something.
Can I just straight up ask if the river is less than 30 feet? Because I tempted to just tie a rope to one end and just jump
No,
across.
it's a wide river.
It's a
that
very wide
would-
river. Okay.
It's wide enough that it would slow down the army that's following you. If it was 30 feet, I don't think it would change much for the pursuers.
Gotcha. Alright. Da-da-da.
Fucking hell. Seora,
Hi.
as you crest the top of the hill, you see in the distance, you do not see the ferry itself because the ferry is outside of your range. It's hidden behind a hill, but you see in the distance the telltale signs of a ferry to cross the river. You see the wire that's used to pull the ferry from one side of the river to the next. You see the large cords. You see at the other end of the river the telltale signs of a barge just kind of smashing into the riverside. You see kind of the indentation, and you see the small dock next to it that would allow people to disembark from the ferry. It is all very far, and your bird eyes help you very much to see that. And Hecate, you see something in the water in the general direction, and you don't know what it is, and it's not very clear, but it might be something.
I think that's literally what I will just tell the party. It's like, hey, I see
Mhm.
something. I don't know what it is, but it's something in the water.
All Sayora says is, points for the fair.
Did you say that the ferry had like a line running across the entire span of the
Yeah, basically, it's kind of like a crossing.
and the ferry itself is on the opposite side of the river?
No, you can't see the ferry from where you are. You're at top of a hill, and there
Gotcha.
seems to be a hill closer to the river. That's basically obfuscating your vision, so all you see is the cord that goes through the river. But you don't see that, I think. You rolled a 13? No,
I mean, I
you don't
assume it's
see the
being
cord
pointed out, but
from you.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's being pointed out by Hecate, who sees something but's not sure what it is. Where Seoranara sees that it is a
Sayora
ferry.
just said something as well, but okay.
She said
Points for the
plans
fair.
for the fair.
No, coins for the fair.
Coins for the fair.
Anyways, we're gonna head that way then, I assume.
Yeah,
All right,
we don't have much else of a
you-
choice right now.
You keep on rushing, and I'm gonna ask everyone to make me an athletics check.
Is Tish still making it with advantage?
Yes, Tish is a horse. She's
Oh,
not tired.
fuck's sake.
Tish just powering through, not worried about anything at all. Hecate, you struggle to keep up with your party. Gil, you usually wouldn't be having trouble if you hadn't fucking fell down the tree and twisted an ankle. And right now you're having a hard time because you're wounded. This is not something that usually you would have a hard time doing. But you are pained by your wound. And Sarah, have you rolled your athletics?
I have not yet. I should do that. I should do that.
You should. It's a good thing to do.
Okay.
He says.
I rolled it.
Okay.
Well,
All right, so Hecate,
I'm strong.
Sierra runs from behind you. She was behind you, and Sarah, do you want to help Hecate?
What's actually doing again?
Running.
Hecate's just
I'm just running. I'm
flagging
just going to
behind everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, Sayara was going to go over and pull the thing up, like pull the ferry over.
Okay, Sarah, well, that's the athletics check is as you're running to the ferry, just how well you handle the exertion. So, Sarah, you start booking it. You sprint past the past Hecate. You sprint past Gil, and you start to catch up with Tish, which is very special because she's a horse and you're a bird.
Roadrunner on this bitch.
Together, Hecate, you flag behind the party.
Oh, great.
Everyone. Well, that's good because if someone else was flagging behind the party, they'd have to wait for them to start the ferry. Whereas you can fly. So if they start the ferry without you, you can still make it out of here alive. And you can fly faster than they can pull the ferry across the river. All right. So, Hecate, you do flag behind the party. The
Okay.
party reaches the you reach the ferry and you see an old man who's just kind of sitting in front of the tall house of the ferry, smoking a pipe, calmly, just kind of not a care in the world, and he just goes, "What has you in such a hurry, youngsters?"
Queendom Army, we need to get across the river now.
Oh, tickets, please.
He looks at both of you a bit confused, and then he says, "All right, just let me go grab my things and we'll travel through the river." And then he gets up and you hear, "Gramps, what are you doing?" And a young man approaches and says, "The river's not exactly in the best situation right now. The waves are really strong today and it might cause problem. So I don't think it's a good idea to bring out the ferry."
There is an army headed this way that is going to be a considerably larger problem than a little wave.
We can risk dying to the river, or we can die to the Queen's forces. We need to move.
All right, both of you roll me persuasion checks to persuade this young, strapping lad that you're telling the truth.
I don't even think I'm close enough to everybody to do that.
Camera swings back behind to just Hecate, just kind of
wait
running
up!
slowly, waving their fucking feathered arm forward. Just kind of, "Wait, come, fucking hell!" Ah! So Hecate, you keep running, trying to catch up with the group. Gil, he looks at you suspiciously, and then he looks at Herrick. He looks down at you, Gil, suspiciously and with a bit of contempt, like you're just screaming at him. And then he looks up and up and up to the large warhorse, and then looks up further, up to the fucking 8-foot tall monster on top of the warhorse, and he goes, well, of course we'll get the ferry ready. No need to worry. And he starts. He gets up and catches up with his grandfather, and they start planning. They start basically just kind of removing wooden blocks that keep the ferry in place. And
Gil is going to help. There is no time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely helping. Yeah.
Absolutely.
all right,
We're
so
not
you all
letting
help.
them do it alone. One of
So
them is an
you
old
all,
man.
The old man goes, "Oh, thank you, young lads. I wish all of my customers would help and such." And he's talking very slowly, and
No
I stopped
time,
working.
Thank you, Fi.
Ooh.
Stephen, fuck
he
off.
He goes back to work, trying to figure things out, and they both get, the young man gets on the ferry, and the old man stays on this side and says, "Well, have a good trip."
Gonna look to the younger man, just go like, "Are you sure you want to leave him behind?"
The younger one just sighs and says, "Gramps, get on the ferry." And the old man is going to just kind of go, "But I need to stay here to bring the ferry back." And then the young man just storms off of the platform, grabs his grandpa and pulls him on. And then you start pulling the ferry forward. The ferry is attached to a cord that keeps it on a straight path, but there still is need to pull on the rope and paddle the ferry forward. So I'm gonna ask everyone for another athletics check. Before that, as you all begin to push away from shore, a breathless, bumbling Aarakocra falls from the sky and slams onto the wooden platform of the ferry, breathing hard. I can tell you made it,
Whoa.
but you're not gonna be able to help on the next check.
Fuck.
You don't care. The wood is very comfortable right now. So everyone except Hecate, make me an athletics check, and we're gonna try to be fast about it. 14, 6, 16, 15, 7. Gil, my man, what's
I
going
know.
on?
Gil's having
Gil?
a bad day.
He's spraining his
Gil?
ankle. Give him a
Gil,
break.
you begin to pull, and then you feel your weight shift to your bad leg, and you just wince heavily as the others are pulling and the young man is paddling. And then behind you, cresting the hill, is the forces of the Dragon Queen, and they look forward at you. Anger and seething, and you see from the woods two companies of warriors just kind of meeting back with the main force that's still following you, and they begin to move down the hill towards um the house of the two gentlemen. Is there anything? Well, I'm gonna clear initiative because for now we're good. Is there anything you wish to do to give me a second. No. You're moving forward on the ferry and moving as fast as you can, and eventually the forces of the Dragon Queen reach the ferry house, and they look past the into the waters, and you are about halfway through the river. Herrick, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm going to ask you. The officer at, I'm not going to ask you to come up with stuff. I'm going to come up with the stuff, but I still need to ask. From your vantage point on the ferry, midway through the river, you see the commander of this force. Do you know this commander?
What scale color do they have?
They are large, dusky white.
I would say yes.
All right. Then I'm going to ask this. Give me a second. This large half-dragon, white half-dragon woman, how ruthless is she?
Yes.
All right.
Very.
So she looks at the sky, and then you see her from a distance. You see her sneer. Just this ugly frowning of her expression. And she looks at you and she begins to sign. Do you share it, or do you want me to secretly tell you what is happening? Because Gil and Hecate do not know Queendom Sign Language.
In this situation, I would
Heck,
say
neither does Sayora.
Yeah, neither does Sarah. Fuck.
You forget I exist here?
Sometimes. Well, I mean, you're Kenku. You know everything. You can mimic it, so you can fake it.
Absolutely.
saw
Oh
him-
my gosh.
You saw him sign. So it's not true that you can't. You don't know Queendom Sign Language. You know one sentence in Queendom Sign Language, which is
Yeah, half
"Don't mess
proficient.
with me. You undercover stuff. You can say undercover. That's what you can."
At least if she understood what it meant.
Nah, she doesn't need to understand. She can just say it.
Yeah. But she doesn't know
It's
what
kind of
it's
like
saying,
someone
so
who's
it's
like, hey, I know how to say where are the fucking toilets in Italian. It's not. I
not
can't
even
speak
that.
Italian, but it sure is gonna fucking help.
It's not even that. She doesn't even know what the phrase means.
So I imagine. So what I imagine right now is this guy walks into a police station for like a He walks into a police station in Mexico and he looks at the cop and says, "Una cerveza, por favor."
Oh my god.
Uh,
I would like a
understand
beer,
that.
please.
Anyway, so if you're going to share it with the party, I'm not gonna secretly type
Oh
it.
no, this
Type
this
what she's.
is private information that Herrick is not willingly giving out right now. Go ahead, DM it.
Okay. All right. That's good. I'm for the people on stream. This is not something that you're going to see. Sad, I know, but my player decided to hide it from you guys, so complain to him. um,
Your words of protest mean nothing to me. I work food service. I shall not be rattled so easily.
yeah, if they think they can rattle you. um, sorry. Shouldn't be too long. I'm like Matthew Mercer walking around the table and whispering something in your ear. Um,
Oh, Mr. Mercer.
okay, I'm gonna type it out, and you tell me once you're done reading, so I can do a thing.
Let me just copy, paste that into my notes.
All right. Once she's done signing, she gives just this savage, toothy grin and takes a giant war axe from her back, takes a low stance, and then just swishes the war axe up and slams the blade down on the corded line that holds the ferry, and it bounces off, and she slams a second, a third time, and on the fourth slash, you hear a twanging sound of a cord under tension just snapping, and the waves of the river, which are strong today, begin to carry you off course. Everyone, I want you to roll athletics again.
Uh,
Or if you have an idea on some way to fix this situation with magic, you can try. But I'm going to say, Tony, you can't charm the river.
Oh, I'm aware. It's just oh my
Charm
fucking.
it to break apart like freaking.
The main reason why I made that sound though was because most of my athletic saves, much like Gil's, have not been that great.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna probably be rolling athletics.
Oh, Warboss
Okay,
opened
there we
DMs.
go.
Yeah. Oh, did you send me another one?
Yeah, I sent you a thing.
Yep, I don't think I have anything special, so. Yut-da-da-da-da.
Warboss,
Yes.
we're done rolling.
Was he waiting for something for. I thought he was waiting for Midi on something. Did I hear wrong?
Sai, did you get my thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. Um, that's going to be a failure for the group. Um, the um, the ferry, you keep getting closer to the other shore, but it veers wildly off course and begins to slip down the river, which is going to make your travel much more difficult to reach Jade, depending on how much you drift away. You're drifting away from the road and sliding into full on forest. Um, you eventually make it to shore. And as you do, you turn and see that the um, forces of the queendom are retreating for now. And the sun dips below the horizon. The moon's rising into the air. Slowly. Hecate,
Yeah.
roll me a Arcana or Religion check of your choice.
Hmm.
It's going to be a fairly difficult check. So there's a chance you're not going to get anything from this.
Yeah, we're both the same rate here, so I think either one. I'm just gonna pick one. Oh god damn it!
Okay. Um. I'm gonna bring it back to a less actiony type deal. In fact, I'm gonna go with this one. This is proper. Alright. So you finally reach the other side of this wide river. Your companions are inconsolable. The barge, the ferry, is damaged. The livelihood of these people is put into quite a question at this moment. But you need to make it to Jade. And speaking of that, I said I was going to give you information which I did not give. Okay. All right. So you are given a choice. Do you want to keep traveling on in the woods, or will you try to make your way back towards the road, making your travel more um, making your travel faster once you make your way back, of course.
I don't think we should go back to the path that we were taking. Odds are, since it's a main road, there's likely a bridge across at that junction. Last thing we need is to run into them again. Staying in the wilderness could avoid that inevitability.
Yeah, we don't want to run into them again. We got lucky this time. Can't guarantee that'll happen again. Also,
Look not
for
on
what
your
it's
side
worth,
today, child.
for what it's worth right now, Herrick is visibly shaken.
Let's make our way a little into the tree line, see if we can find a clearing to set up camp. I don't think we're going to be setting up a campfire tonight.
Yeah.
Aww.
That's a good idea.
All right.
The less
So you
the less
begin.
we draw, the better.
Yes. What?
The less attention we draw, the better.
Oh, yeah.
As much as I am for making a big show.
All right. This is getting closer and closer to a bad thing. So I'm gonna try to give you. All right. So I'm going to ask everyone to make me another perception check, and this one is very important. So you begin setting down your
I mean,
path.
we're making our way into the tree line first, as
Yeah,
mentioned.
you make your way into the tree line.
Not just
Okay.
doing it on
Well,
the shore.
Yeah, no, it's fine. You make your way into the tree line. Oh, well, 20. Is 20 good enough?
I hope 20's good enough.
20 is good enough. Alright. So you begin prepping your camp past the tree line and start to prep things up. And Seora, you notice it first. In fact, would be fair to say that you're the only one who will notice this before it's too late. So you have the power to see what happens next. You notice
boy.
that it's darker than usual. And you just kind of flutter around and look to the sky, and the the 5 moons which usually light the night sky are, well, making a wide berth around where you currently are. And then you see it, the white slit in the black moon, like a pupil turning slowly in your direction. Away on the road, away from the party, an old man sits down, wiping his brow. He wears black robes with golden filigree, and on his lapel is a golden insignia with a black moon and a white pupil. He is part of the group of scholars who study and warn those of the passing of the black moon. Lucky for him, he hasn't met anyone on the road today. Perhaps this passing of the moon will not cause anyone to die a horrible death. Back in the forest, away from the road, away from the vigil and the warnings of the sage, everyone stands in a clearing hidden by presently preparing to hide from the night in simple tents. Seora, you see the black moon.
Ah,
I'm gonna send you a direct message.
oh. Ow! Oh! Oh my god.
Okay,
Yep.
so we're waiting on Ciara to make her decision.
Sayara's eyes are just widened, and she seemed to be trembling, looking up at the sky.
All right. Anyone notice Ciara freaking the fuck out?
I feel like as a fellow bird, I also noticed this, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Like
All
Hecate
right.
will be like, you all right there?
Alright. Just stares over at Hecate with just the craziest look in her eyes. And just points up.
All
Okay,
right.
so Hecate
Everyone,
proceeds to follow.
you follow the pointing arm of Ciara, and you see looming above, slowly making its way through the sky, the black moon. Its slitted white iris making its way, pointing slowly as the moon rotates in your direction. Tents will not save you tonight. Perhaps a bunker if you knew where to find one. If only you'd met one of the scholars of the Black Moon, they could have directed you towards a place where you could huddle. Second best would be a cave,
Frankly,
someplace you can barricade and hide behind some kind of barrier.
so frankly,
Cloth
I'm getting
won't
to
be
that.
enough.
After everyone looks up, sees what's going on, Sarah's going to point in the direction she saw the hooded figure and say, "We're saved!"
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Look, we're saved!
Okay. Um. The hooded figure of the sage is back on the road. He's far away. I don't think he's within distance of where you can see him.
Which is what Seora's going to realize a bit
This-
late.
This is the dude that we passed on the caravan initially.
No, it's just I gave you like a cut scene of what you missed because you didn't go to the road.
Cool.
So basically I said on the road there's this old man in robes with an insignia of the Black Moon that sighs in relief because he hasn't met anyone on the road, which means perhaps no one will die tonight. And then we move back into the forest where you fucks are, you chuckleheads are preparing tents to try to sleep away the night, but this is not something you can sleep off. The black moon is on the horizon and it's heading to you. So this is not something you need to roll. Conventional wisdom is basement, cave, anything completely closed is best. Underground is underground and something closed. Staying in your homes, do not open the doors, do not let anything in, is conventional wisdom for dealing with a black moon. Black moon is not necessarily a problem when you're in town. You can just stay inside, and as long as you lock every door twice over and Don't let anything in. You should be good. You're out in the forest. You don't have any houses to hide behind, and the cloth of your tent is not a sufficient barrier.
Noticing this, can
So-
I make a survival check real quick to see if I can discern the direction of the nearest cave? See if there's any, like,
100%
noticeable
survival
rocks and
check
rubble
would
and
be
anything in a specific direction that might have gotten carried.
survival check is the right check to do in this situation, and this is not one of the times where I'm never mind. I was gonna say this is not one of the times where I'm limiting one player for the check, but
It's almost
23 is
like
23.
Gil's been around for a while, so he knows how to look out for this kind of shit.
Yeah, Gil, you look around. You're a bit panicked for a second, and then you realize you've been here before. You've stayed the night in a cave here before, and you think that this cave was set up with an iron door to last out the black moon. It's actually one of the bunkers that are set up by the scholars of the black moon specifically for these situations. And though you've missed the scholar, not that you would know, you know where to find the closest shelter.
We're not done running yet. Pick everything back up, we gotta move. And Gil is just going to start making his way and leading everyone as quickly as possible to the shelter.
All right. I'm gonna scroll back up through the checks and double check something. Herrick, you're good. You're on Tish, so that's good. Ciora, you nat 20'd your last athletics check, so you're good. Gil and a Hecate, you are, as you rush, you feel more and more tired, and I'm gonna give you each one level of exhaustion.
Oh,
You've
cool.
failed multiple athletics check and you've been running ragged. You rush through the brush, through the ground, through the forest, having to deal with difficult terrain as you move as fast as you can to shelter, following Gil because it's either that or death. No one laughs at the Black Moon. The Black Moon is one of the only things here in this land where darkness resides. And when darkness resides, there are things much worse than than a couple of cultists. Gil, with your very good check that you didn't have disadvantage on yet when you made, you make your way to the shelter. A large bolted metal door. You enter the shelter? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Maybe so. I don't want to tell you what happens, but it's pretty clear what
No,
happens.
we came to the shelter
enter
so
the
that we could sit outside of it. Yes, we're going in.
So you go into the shelter. Shelter is empty. And it's dark, dusk, cold, and there is some water and dried food left here, crackers to last out the night. This is a bunker. This is one of the few places where you may be safer than you would be outside. Remember that the Black Moon is not so easily evaded. But for now, you are as safe as you can be out here. Are you going to set up a watch or are you going to bed? You're in a bunker.
Mm-hmm.
You can. It is well known that the dark moon, when it passes over you, causes nightmares. You can choose to not sleep, and everyone will take an additional level of exhaustion, and you will not get the benefits of a long rest.
Bitch, I need my long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can sleep. Your choice.
I feel like sleeping in shifts would probably be optimal there.
All right, who's going to take the first watch? Just give me your order of watches.
Preferably the ones that haven't been failing their athletics checks.
I'm going to
So-
take one of the watches no matter what.
Seora takes the first watch.
Herrick could probably take second then.
Herrick takes second watch.
That fucking snake
Then-
can take the third. I don't give a shit.
All right. The snake.
No freeloaders.
The snake takes the third watch. I'm gonna roll something for the snake right away. Ah, fuck. Okay.
I suppose Hecate can jump in too.
Okay. So
Gil is exhausted and needs rest, so no.
You have failed more athletics than
Gil-
Hecate has, so
Gil
he can.
has enough discipline to understand when he genuinely needs just rest.
So everyone goes to bed. Except Seora. For now. Seora, will you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
You torture me.
Yes. I'm enjoying this quite a lot. I planned this a while back. And
This is literally the worst save that I have.
This is fucking D&D, the horror game.
All right. Okay. This is what we're going to do. This is very good. I'm enjoying this quite a lot. Seora, you sit down to take watch. The night is silent first. Then the wails come, screams, scratching at the door.
Do not open the door. Just Sayora just whispers to herself. Nobody's home. Go away. Nobody's home. Go away. Nobody's home. Go away.
Seora, your eyelids feel heavy. Your shoulders slump as if a weight was pushing down on you. And for a second. You close your eyes. When you open them, you're in a cell.
I haven't captured. This is it.
The dark gray muskness of the room just pushes down on your shoulders. And as you stand there, with barely a place to sit, a shadow in the wall tisks, says, Seora, Seora, Seora. And the shadow peels off the wall, almost switching from a two-dimensional shape to a three-dimensional one, with slight... The shadow is completely dark, but you can see the highlights of scales in white, a pale white gray, and it looks down at you and says, You've been caught. What will she say to that? You know she doesn't like failure.
No, no, please give me another chance. Please, please.
Another chance. Well, if you prove you're worth it, perhaps we can make that happen.
Sarah
What-
just paces around in the cell. Go on.
The voice chuckles and says, Well, perhaps if you break out and make your way outside, she will forgive your failure.
Anything, please, anything.
Make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
All right.
Oh no.
You look around in your cell and walk to the door, and you try to find a way to get it open. Hey, Eric.
Hi.
Something quite similar happens to you. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. This is a charm effect.
Oh. Mm.
Oops.
I think I'm gonna spend a focus point to have a straight roll.
Let's see if
All
it
right.
matters.
Can you spend focus when you sleep? When you're unconscious? Is it an action? Or does it
It
just
is
happen?
a reaction for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So as a reaction.
Does the unconscious condition stop you from using reactions?
That's your call, War Boss, for this particular instance. if it would be something that he could use, what is it, subconsciously or not.
Okay,
Well, it says
incapacitated.
that counts as incapacitated, and incapacitated can't take actions or reactions. So
So in this specific situation, I'm going to say, no, you don't get to use a focus point.
oh boy, disadvantage it is.
Wow.
Well, that didn't change much. But yeah, okay. Herrick, you wake up with a start, and there's something cold around your neck. Do you investigate what it is?
Oh, absolutely.
You press your hand to your neck, and your fingers lay on the cold metal of a collar. As you move, you hear the rattle of a chain behind you. You follow the chain, and it's attached to the wall. You maybe can move 10 feet in any direction, perhaps, but you're not getting very far. I'm gonna wait for you to react to that before I do anything else.
Oh, no. Where did this come from? Why
A
here? Why now?
low sigh filters into the room as a man walks in. Slick black hair, yellow eyes, just like yours, slitted pupils, burning with white flame, patches of scales around his neck going down into his shirt, at the ridges of his eyes, on his cheekbones. You know this. He's, well, as close to a father as you ever had, really. Oh, Eric. When will you stop with this rebelling? It's not looking good for me, and it doesn't help you either. Eric.
Don't give me that. You only care about your self-image. You don't give a damn about me. You only care if it makes you look bad.
He sighs, shakes his head, and walks up to you. You know that this is just a fantasy, right? The people of Bastion say they're good, but they protect things that are much more evil than the Queendom could ever do. And he puts a finger to your temple, and you see flashes, imagery, people hunting for eggs, an adventurer bleeding a dragon for alchemical purposes, a dragon on a table being scaled for magical armor. claws, fangs ripped off draconic corpses for their magical properties. A mother wailing as she gets back to her lair, her eggs stolen. He moves his fingers away from your temple. They are savages, Eric. You side with them. You side with all the horrible things they've done to our kind. Do you want to be responsible for this? And he puts his fingers on your temple again and shows you multiple horrible scenes of of humans and mortals slaying, hunting, harvesting dragons for their materials, their magical value, their alchemical value, seeing the horrible treatment through the ages of these dragons who only wish to live and gather wealth. To serve their queen. Your queen.
No, no, no. Oh, no, no. You've done this before. I'm not giving in to this. I don't give a damn if you raise me. You're not my goddamn father. And she is not my queen.
He sighs, shakes his hand, and begins to walk towards the door. We'll continue re-education later. And he smiles. You're not going anywhere anyway. See you soon, Herrick. We're gonna move to someone else. Hecate. I'm gonna ask you a question. And it might be helpful for me to find the best way to torture your character. Are you fine with that?
You are muted, by the way. If you are here.
Yeah, sorry, I was actually dealing with dog stuff too. But yes, sure, I am okay with that.
Okay. So, how did you get your accordion?
Okay, so my initial idea for my backstory was that there was actually a prior performer in the village that I initially lived in,
Mm-hmm.
and I was gonna try to do something to impress them. Meanwhile, there was a massive raid that attacked the entire village, and all that was left were just a few villagers and the instrument that the performer had. That instrument was the accordion.
Okay. So, you said your fear was?
Being able to underperform because he really wanted to impress this oh god, what accordion player, so
Okay.
that he would be able to go and travel, because he was just a wee little bird man. He wanted to
So,
travel the world even though his world was shit.
so you're on a stage and you're playing, but you keep hitting the wrong notes. Your fingers aren't responding. You
Ooh.
fail and fail, you lose the crowd slowly but surely. And as you desperately try to catch up with your to steal yourself so that you stop making mistakes, a door slams open and this desiccated corpse of your idol shambles into the room as an undead. He looks at you and he says, "What are you doing with that?"
I'm merely just borrowing it, I suppose.
You think you're worthy of this instrument of mine? You think you deserve to lay even one of those clumsy fingers on it? He walks towards you, leaving tracks of mud in his wake, his eyes furiously glaring at you.
So internally, Hecate is shitting himself, but he's trying to keep like the super cool bard demeanor here. He's like, "Of course I deserve it. You have ended up leaving it behind after all."
Yes, that's right. I died. Yet, even that wasn't enough to stop me from making it here. You disgrace me with that witless playing! He steps onto the stage and slaps you across the face.
Ow. I don't.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. At that, Hecate is very like taken aback by that.
You're still not going to get disadvantage or that or anything. You just roll regularly a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I'm working on that. There we go. Boop. Ooh.
14.
That's not a wisdom save though. Oh, shit, wrong thing. Hang on, let me redo that.
Do you have
There we go.
bonuses to your wisdom that you don't have to your ability checks?
No,
Okay,
I
so
do.
so
So it
I'm
would
already
still
be
on
a
there.
going
13
to.
on that.
It would be
Yeah.
a 13. We're gonna keep a 13.
Okay.
Okay. Um.
I can't read today apparently.
All right. You, as he slaps you, the entire scene around you grows blurry for a second, and you realize that you've done charming magic before. This is a dream. This is a nightmare. It isn't real. You begin to shake off the control of this thing that's trying to shake your belief in yourself, and you begin to wake up. Gail. Gil, sorry. Hi, Gail. Gail, you died. Gail! Gil.
Gotta give him a hand.
Uh,
Or take his hand.
Gail, you remain a charming individual. Gil, you're sitting in a room The Adventurers Society. The Adventurers Guild, sorry. Society is not the Adventurers. Adventurers Guild. And you're alone in a room. Well, not alone. Not exactly. In front of you, on a desk, is a man, richly dressed, crimson eyes, dark pupils, not quite black, more of a blue, deep blue. And he stares at you and says, Gil, this can't keep happening.
What do you mean?
He looks around and you do, and you see it. You're in a room and there are coffins around you. Each of them with a design you recognize very well. Each of them, someone you let down, someone you failed, and 3 new coffins. One depicting a Kenku with a little butterfly around their shoulder. One depicting a black half-dragon. And one depicting a colorful Aarakocra. And the man on the other side of the counter shakes his head. Gil, you can't just... Every contract you take, someone dies. It's not good for the guild's reputation if clients, and even if they weren't guild members, Gil, come on. You can't keep failing like this.
Not trying to.
Gil, I know this is hard to hear, but perhaps your adventuring days are over. Perhaps what you need to do is go away, relax, and don't hurt anyone with your misguided attempts at justice.
No, I can't do that. I have to do this. Please.
We're at an impasse, Gil, because you have benefited from the Adventurers Guild information network, items, bonuses, but you have brought to us nothing but bad press. If you refuse to leave gracefully, then walks up to you and picks your Adventurer Guild coin off your lapel. We're going to have to take the hard way. He rips it off your chest.
No!
Make a wisdom save.
Come on, Gil.
Ooh,
Yeah, Gil.
Gil.
This can't be happening. This. This isn't happening. I've gone through this before.
Welcome back.
Gil just kind of takes a deep breath, closes his eyes, and centers himself.
The scene around you blurs, shakes, then vanishes. And you begin to wake. Both of you, Hecate
Yeah.
and Gil, wake up and you hear grinding sound. You shake your head, and from you a residue falls, black, smoky, and just kind of it crackles as it implodes on itself, defeated. You look up and you freeze.
Is it the snake?
Seora is pulling at the door. Herrick, his back turned to it, pulling at the chains holding the bar that keeps you away from the outside, the dark, the moon. They both wear these strange, grimacing masks of shadows, eyes glowing red, and they seem to be, as far as you're aware, sleepwalking. But they're about to open the door.
Gil's immediately
What do
just
you
going to
do?
make for the door and try and interpose between Seora and the door and just kick to shove her
Hecate's
away.
going to reach for his instrument and try to make like as much noise as possible to try and wake everybody else up. Well, the better question is, can they be woken up just sleeping?
Worth a
Like,
shot. Make as much fucking noise as you can.
Okay, I would guess that's performance.
Probably
I
makes
don't know,
sense, but Warboss,
Yeah.
As much
Go ahead, roll
much
performance.
noise
We'll
as
see
you
if
can. So I think you should pull out the recorder for this.
Oh!
What the fuck? Oh no!
Oh,
roll initiative.
oh boy.
Oh my gosh,
Here
yes!
we go.
Wait, hang
Oh,
on.
come on, Gil! Come
Wait,
on!
I don't get my 1d8 on this. Hell yeah!
Oh, Gil.
Oh my god.
I was
Hecate.
also going to say, technically you would have had disadvantage on that performance, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter at all anyway.
Because, yeah, I assume we haven't gotten a long rest quite yet.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
say I did put her into initiative, but at this time, Very is unsummoned as you sleep. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
hi, Rufus.
Mary
Hello,
always
Rufus.
sleeps next to Seora.
Okay, so Very is
Very has a tiny
Um,
little shadow mask of her own.
Where the fuck
Very,
is Snake
Very
in all
has a
this?
tiny little like bug mask made of
Yeah.
shadows.
Just the tiniest
you know
little
what?
Majora's
Hey,
mask.
hey,
Yeah.
hey, how about you roll a wisdom save for Very?
Yeah!
Oh my gosh, here we
Here we
go.
Wait, what about the snake?
I get the feeling the snake makes it. I don't
Okay.
think the snake needs to roll. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh, you champ!
Very says Very is stuck in this strange land. She looks around, confused, and then looks at herself and says, "The world isn't so polygonal, and I'm not proud." And then she wakes up.
Oh my
So
god.
we wake up just to see Very just bouncing off of Seora's head.
Trying to wake her up unsuccessfully.
And I guess
So,
I reach for my accordion and it's just like, no.
okay, so, Herrick, you are chained to the wall, and you're pulling against your chains, and a red dragonborn walks in and pulls at your chains, pulling you back towards the wall. He sneers and laughs. What do you do?
I think Herrick is going to inhale.
All right. That's a dexterity saving throw or a constitution?
I am going to choose dexterity for this one.
Okay. And what do you breathe out?
So what comes out is just this immense line that just, it's like a mix of like snow and acid that just seems to mingle together. Just this kind of like beam that like melts and freezes at the same time.
I'm gonna offer something, and you can tell me if you think that's good.
What you got?
You just breathe out this beam of cold air that's filled with these like teal murky shards of ice, and when they stab into something, it starts to sizzle and burn.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Like this frozen acid is just kind of shards of frozen acid pelting your enemies. So, Gil, make a dexterity saving throw
Sure thing.
as you rush to the door, try to keep it closed, and Herrick just breathes on you.
All right,
I think
that
that's
is
a
a
success.
So you're only gonna take half damage from this.
Hell yeah.
Roll damage.
Is it going to? Did it? Hang on. Let me. I hope I have everything set up yet. Why is it not? Oh, there we go. Why did it not? You know what? Just go. Yeah,
Just rolled the.
yeah, I just need to put it down. Okay, so you take. So that's 6 acid, 8 cold. So 7 damage.
7 damage. 6 acid, 8 cold.
Ow.
Gil.
Yeah.
Am I? Gil, you've. So just to be sure, Gil has come from the campaign where we were fucking with Tiamat.
Mm-hmm.
You've, as you get pelted with this combo of ice and cold, you've seen this before. She was red and black. Her fire was caustic. She had 2 colors, 2 breaths. She killed a platinum dragonborn. Another one you failed to save. You had to run. She killed 2 of your allies that day. Powerful servant of the Tyrant Queen. Corrupted dragonborn. The one who's my character in that game warned you about, whose name I completely forgot. Then
Serena was the Serena was
Serena.
double scaled, and
You
I think Devrux was your character name. if I remember.
Devrux. So the one Devrux told you about in the past, so long ago, and you remember Serena, the dragon with multiple scale colors, multiple breaths. And as you're just showered by this acidic hail, you flash to that knowledge. A flash of that knowledge enters your mind. Seora.
Seora's here, yeah.
I think that's your turn. Oh, Eric, I
Yes,
didn't
I'm
ask if you're done
Fucking
with them.
dreaming, bitch.
Oh no, I think that's good for Herrick.
Okay. Seora, you're trying to open your cell door. You do...
So,
How do you do it?
Seora takes out something from her backpack. I believe we know them as thieves' tools.
Yeah.
And tries to pick the lock.
All right. Roll to pick the door lock.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I didn't have a thing set up for that. Would that be then? Oh wait, here we go. Found it. Why is it rolling with intellect? What the fuck?
You should be able to edit that.
Yeah, I just did.
Woo. Gil. As you rush towards the door, Herrick breathes on you and you evade it, and as you turn around, you hear a sonorous click of the door unlocking. Seora, your action is to use the Thief's Tools unless you have some special action that you can use that as a bonus action. So I'm going to say if you want to open the door, that's going to be on your next turn. And Very can't open the door. She's too small. Very sees Seora try to open the door and let in the shadows of the Black Moon. What does Very do?
I'd say. So. Very is just gonna go over to Seora's robe and start tugging on it. Basically trying your damnedest to keep Seora in. But
Oh, I need to make a check.
Yeah, not really doing much, but since it's tugging, no.
Okay. I will say, Gil and Hecate, you both notice something. The mask on Herrick's face is now in tatters, holding on his face, but barely.
Oh, I think I know what I want to try and do.
Yeah.
I could say.
Do it.
I'm going to cast Mage Hand, that way I don't get physically involved myself and get knocked out. And
Okay.
attempt to remove the mask.
All right. Roll a spell casting ability with proficiency, I'm going to say. So just roll a d20 and we'll add 6. 6, right?
I think so?
6 to it. So
Yeah.
just roll the d20 and we'll add
Yeah.
6 manually.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So
11.
your hand clasps onto this mask, and the creature is going to attempt to fight back. You do not succeed.
Ah, fuck. Oh, my fucking game. Went out for like 2 seconds, I'm gonna try and come back. But I know what happened. It's fine.
11 is not horrible. There was a chance you would succeed.
Both of me in low rolls today, damn.
Sometimes it just be like that.
Gil, what do you do? It seems like the breath weapon damaged the mask.
I think as Gil is running up and hears the click and spotting that as he's running up, he's going to drag one of his claw weapons against the score of ice and acid that was released by Herrick, and using that to coat his claw, he's gonna try and slash the mask off of Seora's face to try and snap her out of the dream.
Okay. Seora will roll to hit. I'm gonna say Seora is unconscious,
Mm-hmm.
but in her dream, you do appear as a Seora,
My god, can we please?
Jesus Christ.
Miss.
Seora,
Yes.
you see this guard with the emblazoned bastion insignia on his breast walk towards you and say, "Hey!" And he walks up and tries to punch at you, and you just dodge out of the way. Herrick,
Just in the dream. No, must escape! Must escape!
Can I get a bonus action to try the same just with my other fist at that point?
oh yeah, that's right. You have 2 fists. It's not.
It's not
yet.
the fancy shit with my weapon anymore, unfortunately, but... Oh my god, can we please?
No.
No.
Woof.
But you don't have 2 claws? You just 1 claw?
I do have the other claw, but the unarmed is just generally more useful. But
Wait, hang on.
I
I'm
do.
unconscious.
I do have both.
Don't you get advantage?
We just established why we don't.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So no.
Herrick, the red dragonborn's eyes are covered in have been damaged by your acid, and they seem to be swiping wildly at nothing. But you've blinded them. That doesn't mean much to you. But the the mask on you is faltering, and it took damage. So before we do anything, roll me a wisdom saving throw. This is a charm effect. You are being puppeted. And so at this time, since they don't have advantage on you, you are not incapacitated. You are asleep, unconscious, but not incapacitated. You may use your focus.
All right. That means a straight roll. Come on, baby.
Yo!
Herrick, you ready yourself to strike at this red dragon, and then for a split second, the reality appears in front of you, fizzes, and then turns back into the cage. Not a cage, the black room, and you feel the color disappear and then reappear around your chest, around your neck. This is a trick.
Oh, you clever bastard. Good thing I've got my own trick up my sleeve. Just kind of like shakes his head as just this kind of supernatural sense of like focus steals his mind for that moment.
From those on the outside looking in, this strange creature flinches away, tentacle of shadows just peeling off of Eric as if they were surrounding his body to puppet him. All of these tendrils of darkness peel off of his body as a shriek resonates through the room, a shriek that Seora does not hear. The mask implodes on itself, crackle and crisps, and then with a snapping like thunder, falls into dust on the ground. Herrick, you still have your turn. You are here.
I would like to add one other thing, if
Yes.
possible, that happens during that. So when the mask just kind of like gets ripped off, it takes Herrick's eye patch with it.
Okay, yes.
And below there is absolutely no sign that his eye is gone. Instead, there's just this brilliant icy blue eye that is not damaged at all. And if you look close enough, you swear you see flecks of like silver scales that just kind of seem to spiderweb out from his left eye there.
Nice.
As he realizes now also what is going on in the situation, he is just going to throw himself at the door and just do his damnedest to just like lodge it shut. Just not give Sayora any opportunity to open it.
All right. Seora, you unlock the door to your cell. As you do, a large brute of a man in plate armor, paladin, slams into the door, keeping it shut. He looks at you and says, "Not a step forward, you traitor!"
You will release me! And she is going to push against the cell to try and force her way out.
All right, you push against. I want a contested athletics check between Eric
Uh-oh.
and Sarah.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, gamers.
None of you have exhaustion, so
Nope.
it's just straight rolls.
Since I'm in between Sai and Herrick, can we say that I am at least assisting Herrick in this?
Yes, you're trying to keep the door closed. So I'm
Okay.
gonna say
In that
Eric has
case-
advantage.
I'm going to use my bonus action. I'm going to use my reaction to negate that advantage.
Oh.
Fair
As I
enough.
can just do this.
Fair enough.
Nice. All right, Herrick, you get to roll.
Okay, we're good.
Help me.
Oh. Oh. So Herrick just starts taking the lead as Gil is exhaustedly trying to just keep Sayora from opening the door. Good to have you back.
Okay,
I'll be a
so
bit happier to be back once this goddamn bird wakes up.
what
Do
the
it, Barry. Wake her up. This is literally your entire job.
Okay, so knowing that the tugging isn't working, Barry's gonna go over and poke at Sayora's eye.
Okay.
Is that an attack roll?
Yes!
Bird,
Make an
poke the
attack roll.
bird, poke the bird, poke the bird.
It's gonna be so funny if this works.
Oh, it's gonna be hilarious.
Oh no.
Aww.
So
Ooh.
your talons scratch at the
It's be more
the
of a
tiny
tackle, but...
talons,
Yeah.
the talons, the very ineffectual tackle. She just bounces off the mask.
Butterfree used
attack.
tackle. It went about as well as you'd expect.
It wasn't very effective.
Is Tony still away? Looks like she might be.
I was fucking muted.
You sure
Oh,
were.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, I want to do a command.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to command Sayora to awaken.
Hey, that's a good one.
Seora, roll me. Well, click the spell. We'll see what save Seora has to roll.
Pretty sure it's a wisdom save.
Sounds right.
Let me see what that looks like. There's that.
Yes, wisdom
Wisdom
saving throw.
Alright.
Wisdom save,
Saving
Sayora.
throw, bird.
Oh my god,
sure.
Sai.
Are you
well.
fucking kidding me?
It's your
Now
weakest save,
you
huh?
want to roll well?
Uh-huh.
That's
Can I take
sad. Weakest save, huh?
Can I take
Yo,
this
I'm
back
gonna-
and cast vicious mockery? What the fuck is this bullshit?
Alright.
Gil, I need you to clock this bird in the face.
I'm sorry, but I am exhausted. You've got that more under control than I will. I'm gonna relock the door.
You know what? That's fair.
I'm gonna relock the door.
Do I even attempt to fucking roll this?
So, do you attempt to roll what, Tony?
Do I even attempt to just make the roll for command? Because I know I'm gonna lose it
She already
anyway.
did. It's a saving throw. She already did.
Okay.
So command is something that they have to resist, not
Yep.
something that you
I
don't
see.
have to
Yeah,
roll.
it's not an attack roll or anything.
Well, there goes my last spell slot too. Cool.
Yep.
You're gonna get it back once you go back to bed. It's
I
fine.
know, but it's like fuck.
If you go back to bed.
Go back to bed. Gil.
Yep.
So in your fantasy, Sarah, the paladin takes a key, locks the door again, and then throws the key on the other side of the jail cell.
Rude.
Through the bars where you can't reach. Herrick, what's going on? Oh, also Gil.
Mhm.
As your turn ends,
Mhm.
you were suspicious of Herrick being a corrupted dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
Now that his eye patch is gone, and you see the silver scales and the lines between the so as far as Min explained to me, it's when the Chinese art of like when you break pottery and then you fix it with gold.
Yep.
Kintsugi. So
Kintsugi.
that's a bit what it looks like. Eric's face seems like there are cracks in his scales radiating from his blue eye
With like
that are
silver.
filled with silver.
Yeah. Yep.
And now you went from you went from suspicious to certain. Or at least as close to certain you can be in this situation.
All right.
Herrick, what do you do? Do you punch Seora in the face? What's up?
He's just gonna kind of grab one of his spears and just like, oh, come on, you need to wake up. Just gonna kind of like try to like stab at her face in a way to like kind of like hook the mask and just rip it off.
All right, make an attack roll.
Against a mask. Thank God somebody's rolling well today.
All right, you don't need to roll a lot of damage.
That does
Physical damage breaks the masks. They only have HP against ethereal and elemental damage. If you physically damage the mask, crumbles into dust. So Seora,
I'm just gonna
as
I'm doing that, I'm just also gonna expend my momentum dice to do a brutal
extra
finisher on
damage?
the mask.
Completely unnecessary, but why not? Yeah.
And
so 5 damage.
Since this is like technically reducing something to 0 HP, I get my focus point back.
That's fair.
Okay, so
very funny.
Once again, tendrils of shadow uncoil from Seora's entire body and squirm with a screech that now Eric, you also hear the painful screech that burrows into your ears, and then with a scream of agony, the mask implodes and falls into black dust on the ground. Seora, the prison cell disappears, and you see yourself hands on the handle of the door that's keeping the darkness at bay.
Well, she's awake now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Let's get to her turn real quick.
It's your turn.
She's gonna try and break the door open.
Okay, well, the door was
Relocked, so yeah.
relocked.
Like, she doesn't realize fully that she's awake. She was that out of it. And,
Okay.
like, at this point, she is taking her longsword and bashing at the door.
All right. You can always not 20.
And as she is doing
Roll
that,
to hit.
she basically screams, "No, let me out!"
Roll to hit.
That's wrong character. I was absolutely not going to use very. No, sorry.
Okay. Well, you do hit the door, but the door has a damage threshold of 10, which means if you deal less than 10 damage, it deals no damage to the door.
Oh my god.
Barely.
So, but this is a bunker. So, one more damage, and you would have scratched the door. Possibly not broken it, but damaged it.
Like gouged
And a
into
damaged
it, yeah.
damaged door might be enough for something to slip in. Luckily, you did not damage the door. You slam your sword in the door, and it just bounces off.
And right as she does, when it hits Very's turn, Very basically starts waving in her face, and she realizes, wait a sec, hold on. And she just looks around the room and realizes what happened.
So for now, I'm gonna end combat. Unless someone still wants to fight. Does someone still want to fight?
I think Hecate's like still half asleep because apparently his rolls are awful.
Gil's gonna immediately, as soon as there's no immediate danger of the door being opened, look around wildly for wherever the hell these things got in from. And I assume perception, yes?
Yeah, sure.
Because these things slipped in from somewhere. Okay, cool. Don't know where. I am exhausted. Oh yeah, that's a disadvantage as well. That's okay. I feel like
my
an 8 fails.
perception.
Fish for crit fail.
Fish for crit fail. Let's do it.
I'll attempt it too, since I guess Hecate was one of the first ones.
You
to
also
wake
have
too.
disadvantage.
Oh my god,
that's
she is
two.
worse!
Oh my god!
No fucking way! No fucking way did you just do that!
Wow.
With disadvantage.
Let's fucking go! Oh my god! The most hype shit.
The chances are low, but never impossible.
We got that in 4K, motherfuckers.
Hecate, you look around and you smell like through this dusk bunker just the slightest breeze, and you follow your nose beak
Follow your
Thanks,
nose.
Toucan Sam. Yeah.
You follow your nose and make your way to an area where it seems like someone in a similar situation to yours around the corner broke a part of the cave wall. There's a rusted pickaxe on the ground next to it. The handle is broken, and there is a slight gap in the stone. A crack is opened.
Ugh. Well, fellas, what shall we do about this?
Well, if you just stand back a moment, I might be able to freeze it up.
All right. Hecate just takes like 2 or 3 steps back.
Yeah,
He's a smaller bird man, so.
Herrick's just gonna move in there and use his last use of cold breath, just try and freeze it up.
You freeze you breathe out, and frost creeps into the gap, closing it. And considering how cold it is in here, you don't think it's gonna melt for the rest of the night.
Alright. That should be secure for the night.
I suppose we shall get back to rest, right?
Indeed. And we'll need to talk about this tomorrow, but I am exhausted.
Ditto.
Well, you're not attacking me on sight, so that's a better result than I was expecting. I'll take it.
So you're now aware of surroundings, just examines Eric's face. Brow raises.
Um,
And it just scratches her head a bit. She doesn't say anything, but that's all.
It's a long story, and people are very tired right now, so like Gil said, in the morning.
Just raises a hand and just says, "I will not be taking watch." And that just walks over to where she was lying, where she was going to lie down, and then just goes the fuck to sleep.
Hopefully we
I like
just
how
sealed the
Hecate-
one thing we needed to keep watch for.
Like how Hecate just kind of woke up and just like, oh hey, there's a thing over there.
Anyways, let's hope the rest of this journey isn't as exciting. And with that, Gil is going to pass back out.
Here's hoping. Hecate just kind of sits down, pulls up his viol, and just kind of like plays a small tune until eventually he just drifts off to sleep himself.
okay. As you drift off to sleep, unbothered by the darkness, you fall into dreamless slumber. The energy of your dreams sucked dry by the shadow parasites. Your sleep is unbothered by good dreams or nightmares, both. And that, my friends, is where we will end session for today.
Woo! Good
Thank God.
Lord.
Oh my word.
Hey guys! You don't get this shit from random encounter tables!
Nope. I will say,
The night of the low rolls.
Except that double nat.
tonight started a bit slow, but fucking Jesus.
It had a build up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was so my ultimate goal was to have you face the dark moon, the black moon, without TPKing you, which was this. You weren't rolling very well.
No, we were not.
Oh, we were not.
I was trying really hard to get out there too.
Was that like
the night of the low
2
roll.
successes, 3 successes on Gil's part tonight? Good
Yeah,
lord.
something like that.
I think he made the stealth check. He made the wisdom save.
Here, just
Third
have a
thing
hydrate.
here.
Oh yeah, one thing I want to say, as you all go to sleep, walking to your cots for bed, you do notice one thing. Angreless, the snake, is coiled in a ball and snoring unbothered.
Yep. That
This little
tracks.
shit.
That
This
tracks.
little shit. I'm about to turn into that fucking bird that'll stomp snakes' heads. I swear to God.
Oh, yeah.
Follow your nose. But yeah, so the session started a bit slow, but I'm very happy about my. I'm happy that I get to use my own lore, because it's not someone who wrote something cool in the book that I then took later. It's not someone that wrote NPCs for me to run. This is all me, motherfucker. This is my lore, my rules, my shit.
Copyright Warboss, please don't steal.
Now, if only we run into some geogolems.
Well, you know, I didn't think about introducing geogolems into the system, but you know, if there is a place you would find geogolems, it's in Arcanum Centrum.
Mhm.
Oh
The,
no.
The center of the arcane.
See, the thing is, I helped out with making these guys. I know some bits.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I've been lying from the start.
But yeah, this is very fun. I'm really happy that I got to I've always not been the best at skill challenges and stuff. I knew I wasn't going to do the best at it, but I wanted to challenge myself into trying it. But
I think the only thing to keep in mind is not every challenge should be a contest, because it seemed like there were a lot of contests going on which required a lot more rolls, when in actuality it's a lot quicker if you just have a general DC in mind.
yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do next time.
Yep. Skill challenges should be fast, and they should be very, very quick, and should not take like 10 minutes per turn.
I'm very happy about this. This is what I think this might be one of my favorite scenes I've DM'd so far. I got to do the fuck with your dreams shit that I like. I got to do the put the players against one another that I liked. I got to do the weird random shit happening from the world building that I like. I got to do so many things.
Yeah, no. That last half, amazing. Only other thing I have to say is like, maybe not as many private DMs next time, because that also does slow things down for everyone else.
Yeah.
And doesn't make for very entertaining media.
The thing is, I need the players' permission to share information with the other players that they don't want to be shared. I as a rule, I've decided for myself that when it's something that it doesn't matter if the players know it, as long as they play their character as if the characters didn't, I'm going to share it, which is my ruling for my thing. But if it's something relating to your backstory or something that your character doesn't want to share, or more likely something you don't want to share with the other players, then I'm kind of at an impasse. I don't want to take away from your enjoyment and do that.
We can probably discuss that stuff a little bit more in depth out after this, but yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the message that the white half dragon signed to Herrick, that's probably going to be made known next week.
And I can make it known right now.
No, save it for next time. Cliffhanger.
But let's just say the message might have alluded to the Black Moon. Are you serious that you want me to wait for Herrick to share it on his own?
Yeah.
Because that's something we can do.
The DM's already been sent. My issue is just the fact that the DMs were taking a while to actually like get sent. Once they're sent, like I'm fine not knowing. I'm fine with there being secrets. It's just I don't want the exchanging of notes to take too much time away from everyone else.
I think even though I don't like taking someone aside, it might be faster to just drag you into the one-on-one chat, tell you, and then drag us back immediately. We don't stay, we don't chat, I give the information, and we go back. I'm going to try this next session.
I know
that I'm going to try this next session. Basically, instead of doing, I'm going to do the Matthew Mercer thing, where instead of writing something down and sending them a text, I walk around the room, whisper in their ear, and then walk back. So that's what I'm going to try next session. If things relating to secrets do happen.
Here's the other thing about this. I am also streaming, so none of that matters for me, and I'm just going to say right now, I don't give a shit if any of Gil's secrets are out in the open, because guess what? All of them already are. I am literally opening my fucking character sheet every time on stream. People can see this shit. I'm not hiding it. I have some of the like abilities tucked away because I haven't actually gone to that like page yet, but aside from that, like
But yeah, I'm really proud of this second half segment.
Yeah.
I was planning it for a while. I was wondering how it was gonna go. I'm happy that I still have. I'm happy I asked you for your fears, because that was what I mean. I started planning it when I asked for your fears.
Yeah, no, I figured.
That's when I hopefully I'm gonna get to do some fun stuff with that. But yeah, I think this might have been one of my better scenes as a dungeon master. I'm really proud of it.
God, if only I was level 3, I could have dealt with those things easier. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, well, I don't plan. So for your knowledge about how we're going to do the level up, this is for you as well, chat. For your knowledge, how we're gonna level up is we're going to be following something that Brennan Lee Mulligan told us in one of the shorts that I enjoy watching for him. So he said something along the line of XP makes no sense. If the only way to level up is by killing monsters, then magical schools would just have kids go into expedition and kill goblins instead of studying. What's the point? What do you think you're gonna get the good wizard by reading books? No, you have to kill goblins. So what I'm thinking is that the level ups are going to happen when you train between arcs. So you're not going to necessarily kill a boss and level up, but what's going to happen is as you fight, you're going to accrue experience, and then when you have time to just kind of settle down and work to absorb the experience that you've gathered so far, and just kind of integrate the integrate the best of yourself into your new normal, that's when you're gonna level up. So you're gonna be level 3 probably once you're done with this arc and you get a bit of a respite in Jade. I don't, and it's probably going to take you like 2 or 3 months to get to level 3 before you do anything else. There's going to be a lot of longer downtimes because I mean, I played my latest campaign, Thalia, in the span of fucking 8 months. In the span of 4 to 5 months, the players went from level 1 to level 17.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I'm not
cool
the
and
list.
all.
I have to go.
No,
So.
it's fine.
All good. You have a good night.
Good night.
Good night, say.
But yeah, in the span of like 5 months at most, my players went from level 1 to level 17, and that's cool and all, but I feel like if it's possible for someone to increase in levels so fast, then there would be a lot of really powerful people around the world and not a lot of weak ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. There was a reason for it, but like, what is it to go from level 1 to level 2? Is it like 100 or 300 XP?
It's not a lot.
Like you could literally like kill 3 goblins with a broom and level up
Yeah.
to level 2.
The idea
So-
of level 2 is that you spend a single session in level 1 and then most likely you're going to hit level 2.
Well, then everyone would be at least level 3.
Yeah.
If we use XP, like I mean, you kill CR0 bugs, and after like a year of living in your house, you've killed enough flies to level 2. No, they only give 10 XP each. Who gives a shit? You know? Or 5 XP. I don't remember how much the CR0 creature gives. But like,
It's the gamified elements of the system.
yeah, I
It's-
know.
yeah.
That's the point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have it so that you actually have to spend time working on yourself to level up.
And we
that-
require downtime, which means we'll probably be leveling up in Jade, I would imagine.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Once you're done with this arc and you walk all the way to Jade, you're gonna be offered an opportunity to make a stronghold using the new stronghold rules from 1D&D, and then at which point you're gonna be able to, but basically go through that fun thing that they built for us to make bases, figure out what you want to do with that, and by the time you're done with your downtime and setting up your base, you're gonna be level 3.
Alright, well, this has been a bit of a long one, but nonetheless.
Yeah, but it was fun, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Once things kicked into high gear, they didn't stop. It was great. Thank you all so very much for stopping by. Take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you in the next session.
See ya.